Yeah, I cried. So what? Okay, I felt like I had to make a quick video talking about the latest episode of One Piece titled One Piece Fan Letter. Now you might be wondering, where's the episode number? Well, this isn't your typical episode of One Piece. This is an adaptation from a light novel that serves as a little bridge in between the anime taking a break and giving us a newer version of the Fishman Island arc. Though I don't really see this as a stopgap to hold us over until they readapt that arc. I see it as a time capsule of not only that nostalgic era of One Piece, but as a piece of cinema that in due time we'll look back on and not only consider it one of the greatest One Piece episodes ever, but as one of the greatest episodes to ever episode. One Piece Fan Letter takes place 2 years after the Sum of War arc in One Piece, in which Straw Hat Pirate Luffy, spoilers by the way, lost his brother Ace. The story takes place on the Sabaody Archipelago. The protagonist, a young girl who has a strong admiration for Nami, sets off on a small adventure. This is an ensemble drama that focuses on people who do not pursue the One Piece, depicting the reunion of the Straw Hat Pirates from their perspective.
何この生き物。
ランキー特集すげえ。
へえ、あのラボ結構有名なんだ。
これ大丈夫なのか。怖い。
The last part of the synopsis is what really makes it stand out and have us take a step back. The world building in One Piece is by far my favorite thing about it. The way there are so many stories to be told and that you never really know what to expect. You can have characters that seem insignificant at first end up playing a key role later on because the story gives them so much time to breathe as a character and really evolve with the story. Now, it's even cooler when you can take characters that did play no role and are just normal basic people and give them so much depth and so much reason as to how they carry themselves. Have them be so compelling and easy to root for. They have admiration and respect for the same characters that we've been following for so long. How could we not root for them? Different perspectives in a series is the ultimate refresher to me. Being able to see things through a new lens and watch how certain things came to be because of that. There's always a different perspective, and in some shows you just get so attached to the one way of seeing things you tend to forget that. No one person sees things the same way as everyone else. Walter White was literally becoming a horrible person right before our own eyes, but we were so blinded by seeing things from his perspective that we found the way to justify it. We saw Heisenberg belittle Saul Goodman time and time again, but when we got that new perspective in the form of his story in Better Call Saul, you couldn't help but feel so much grief and sadness for him. We finally got to see the funny lawyer man, but at what cost? Now let's talk about the main people whose journey we get to see in this special. One of them is an older brother, in which case both him and his younger brother are in the Marines. This older brother just so happens to hold a lot of gratitude for Straw Hat Luffy. The brother parallel is very much on display in this special, and the way it's shown in this episode is top tier storytelling to me. On the other hand, you have a girl who in almost a moment of fate begins to hold a lot of admiration for Nami, a member of the Straw Hat Pirates. In a universe where the world is mostly dominated by people who use the power of devil fruits, this person sees Nami as her hope, because she's an example of being able to make her own stamp on the world without these powers by using her wits, being resourceful, and being free. This Nami fan is simply trying to deliver her fan letter to Nami before they set off to sail. Now, if you're wondering, the most basic question here, that would be, how does she possibly know where they could be or that they're gonna be there? Well, don't worry about that. I have the answer for you. Y'all just gotta know One Piece lore. I'm not gonna explain that here. Anyways, throughout this special, we also get to see the re-emergence of the Straw Hats, which is always great to see. I love their Fishman Island design so much. It is just iconic to me. I didn't even get into One Piece until a couple years ago, but whenever I did think of One Piece, I always thought of these characters in these designs. There's also lots of other big-time One Piece characters we get to see, which is always a good thing. We also get to see some side characters we've never seen before, most of them being hilarious, I can't lie. Especially the Marine officer, who is like the big boss for a lot of the soldiers there. He has this affinity for Chopper, and it pains him not to do anything that could put Chopper in jeopardy. Bro just wants to keep him safe, and I love that. I also love how later in the episode he gets hard eyes because he knows Chopper's on the Thousand Sunny. He's hyped up. What else can I say? We also have a big time Soul King Brook fan, which is awesome, and her interactions with the people in her store are a lot of fun too.
じゃあ今日も立ち読みだ。
泣いてる。
Same goes with the people in the bar. Their discussions over who they thought was the strongest was very accurate to how One Piece fans are in some cases.
邪魔だ。路傍の石には日陰がお似合いだ。
Oh yeah, we also have a side character who is just a despicable human being. I don't want to talk about him, he sucks, and I'm glad he got what he deserved, that's all I'll say. Staying on that note, I'm not going to go into all the details of this episode. I don't really feel like giving away everything because there's definitely some aspects and moments best left for the viewer to see themselves. I feel like if you're a One Piece fan, you should definitely go and watch it if you haven't already. And if you haven't watched One Piece at all, I really hope you give the series a chance one day. I held off on it for a long time too, but I'll always be glad I gave it a chance and stuck with it. Just like you guys should give this channel a chance and hit that subscribe button. Get it? Get it? With this episode, we got striking parallels, beautiful animation, amazing direction, and quite simply, one of the greatest short-form stories in the world of One Piece. It really made me sit back and think about the other arcs in One Piece and how the regular people in that world who aren't chasing the One Piece live. How many people have they impacted without them ever knowing? Without us ever knowing. One Piece fan letter is more like a love letter to all the One Piece fans out there, and I guess with how this video's turned out, it's become a fan letter to everyone that worked on the episode. Will any of them ever see this video? Probably not, but hey, that's not important. Because...
ファンレターを